morning. I came around to their ABC this morning in hopes of encountering Nikki Saver or Peter Van Onselen or Patricia Carvallis or David Spears or Matt Kean, and most of them were on teleconference from wherever they normally are. Patricia and David were in the studio, but none of them emerged to give me an opportunity to have a chat with them for Outside Insiders, so I'm left talking to myself, as is usually the case. I had hoped to comment about Matt Kean banging on about, well, they were all banging on incessantly about climate change today, as usual. And I wanted to ask them whether they agreed with me that in the grand scheme of threats to the continued existence of planet Earth, global warming pales into insignificance compared with the belligerence of the CHYDROELECTRICITY and the PLA, but I didn't get a chance to inquire about that. And Matt Kean, while he was banging on about climate change, he did make reference to the possibility of a new gas-fired power station near Curry in New South Wales. I used to live in Newcastle, and my recollection is that there used to be 2 or 3 aluminium smelters up there that were set up because New South Wales had really cheap electricity, and the bauxite would be shipped down from Weipa to Newcastle and be distributed to the aluminium factories, and that was a thriving industry. Well, I believe I think 2 out of the 3 may have shut, maybe only 1 out of the 3. However, the rising cost of electricity has made it very difficult for the production of aluminium in Australia nowadays. Anyway, he was confronted by David Spears with the possibility of New South Wales paying millions of, maybe billions of dollars to set up a White Elephant gas-fired power station. And my thoughts turned to the White Elephant Wonthaggi desal plant that was set up several years ago by the then Labor government, who had decided not to build a dam on the Mitchell River for about $1.5 billion because the fish were using the water in the river, and because Tim Flannery had said that even the rains that fall weren't going to fill the dams anymore. Well, the Wonthaggi desal plant was supposed to cost, I think, $2.9 billion, and ended up costing $3.5 billion. And now the ongoing annual costs are over $500 million a year for the next 30 years. And I think the total cost is going to be something in the order of $6 billion. So you want to talk about a white elephant. The current water storage for Melbourne stands at about 86% of capacity. Now that's not as good as it seems, because Melbourne, according to the Bureau of Meteorology figures, has the lowest maximum storage capacity of any of the 3 major Australian cities, Sydney, Brisbane and Melbourne. It is way behind Sydney and marginally behind Melbourne in total storage capacity, despite the fact that Melbourne has been one of the fastest growing metropolitan areas in the country. So these slimy politicians have consigned Victorian taxpayers to pay a total of $6.5 billion over 20 or 30 years for something that may not ever be used. With the dam, at least you get to do some boating and fishing and camping. But no, Tim Flannery said it wasn't going to rain anymore, so that was good enough for them. Bill Thompson for Outside Insiders. Have a nice Sunday. It was 12 degrees when I got up this morning, so bring on the global warming.